Optimus Prime one-on-one, but when Megatron says game, Thundercracker games! Unidentified vehicles approaching.
Hey guys, welcome back for this unboxing video. Today's unboxing video will be a Transformers unboxing video, as you would have probably been able to tell by the title of the video by now. We're being joined by Deadpool, in case you missed the latest unboxing video. It's a pretty cool figure if you're into Deadpool action figures. But this one is going to be a Transformers action figure, and I got it in today. And it's one of the first, or it's the first of several Transformers which are coming my way. And I think that this one might just be one of the cooler ones, actually. Judging by the pictures, it looked pretty cool. I got a sort of a similar Transformer like this one already, and that one was a little bit of a letdown. It was a knockoff masterpiece, and some of the joints were just too loose. This one is based on a masterpiece, but it's not a masterpiece itself. It's made by a third party or fourth party. It's probably a knockoff as well, because it came through AliExpress. People who know probably see this designation and already know what it is, or one of the three options, because what it is the Eagle EG-01 deformation aircraft. And I already got a Starscream, but that one, like I said, he's just basically sinking through his knee, so you can't really stand him upright unless you do some little tweaking here and there. Apart from that, the figure looked pretty cool. This one is based off of that model, I think, based off that sculpt. They probably reverse engineered it, and they did some tweaks here and there, I think. But the Starscream I got was based off the first version of Starscream. Apparently, Takara Tomy made a second version, and I might just get that one as well and see what the difference are between the old version and the newer version. And maybe those guys, that guy's joints are actually more sturdy. But yeah, going back to this one, what we got is ourselves another Seeker, namely THUNDERCRACKER. And there are quite some accessories in there. It looked pretty cool from the pictures. Like I said, the Starscream looked really cool in jet mode and pretty cool in robot mode, so I'm basically expecting this one to be sort of similar. I might actually do a comparison at the end of this unboxing video. The booklet that came with it actually does depict Starscream. But yeah, I'm not gonna look through this. I just want to try and transform it myself. And yeah, that's basically what it's supposed to look like once it's transformed, apart from it being blue, of course. I'll unpack that one later. Let me just look into this. So it came with a base stand in the traditional purplish Decepticon color. And then you have a pretty wide stand, which allows you to balance the airplane for certain, and maybe even the character itself, but I'll look into that later on. We got some extra accessories here, some blast effects for the engines, the rear engines, and we got some blast effects on the guns and the guns on his arm. We got 3 different faces right there. A smirking one, a laughing one, and a screaming one or attacking one. Let me just take this So yeah, the faceplates are pretty small. I'm not gonna take them out yet, but pretty cool special effects. Let me just move this to the side a little bit and see what's in here. So with the Starscream one, the transformation, I was sort of familiar with it already because the transformation is pretty much like or a lot like the original G1 toy from the 80s. And I myself had Thrust, which has a similar transformation as well. So I was sort of already familiar with it. So what we got here is the two arm guns, which have a different mechanism than Starscream had. And this might actually only allow certain positions. I'm not sure why this is, why you can move this like this, but also you can use it as a regular gun, I guess, or something. Maybe when you have to use one in airplane mode and use the other one on him as a robot. I guess I'll figure it out later on. So yeah, you got two of those, and when I take the robot out, I'm just gonna look for an entry point on the transformation, but I already pretty much know what to do, sort of. And then I'm gonna change the angle because I'll probably be holding it right here and you won't be able to see shit. So I'm just gonna change the angle, but let me just take a look at the robot first. Okay, so it feels a little bit heavier, but also a lot sturdier than the Starscream one did. Okay, so that's pretty cool. You can do a lot with the hands. All fingers are separate. That's pretty cool. Okay, so I like this. You can just position all fingers in different ways. The thumb moves. This feels really good. Okay, let's put this away. And from what you can tell is that he doesn't have a faceplate on right now, so I'm just gonna be seeing if I can know how to do that. And I guess you need a screw for that. Can I take this off? Click it on there. I don't know. You can. Okay, well, that's pretty cool. Okay, so you can extend his neck actually, which allows you to do a lot more positioning than what you would be able to do if it weren't able to extend like this. Oh wait. Okay, so you can basically put these side things in there, so you're probably gonna have to tuck it away somewhere for the transformation. So I guess this one does go different than the Starscream one. It looks really cool. So this one probably goes in here. So yeah, okay, so the way he stands, it just feels better already. A lot better than Starscream. A lot more sturdy. I'm hearing some ratchets in the upper thighs. The feet are a little bit loose. It might be adjustable by twisting the screw a little bit. I could look into that. So yeah, basically for the arm guns, you can just click it in like this and then have it tight on his arm like this one. Or you can extend it a little bit so you can angle it a little bit. So I'm just going to be pushing this one on in the extended. Or maybe I should just push it in when it's not extended and then take it out a little bit. So yeah, okay, what I'm seeing on the wings is that it's a lot more complicated than the Starscream one is for transformation. And the Starscream one would just, his flaps would just fall off. So that was a really annoying part of that transformation. And I'm hoping that they fix that somehow with this guy. Okay, so that's a tight fit. Okay, so as for the arms, you can move them around on the ratchet and like this as well with the shoulder, but you can only use it in a certain way to allow for the gun to point in the right proper position, because it's locked on to the lower part of the upper arm. Or is it the lower arm? Well, I guess it's the lower arm. But yeah, that doesn't allow you to like move the lower arm, twist it around. So you're gonna have to do that by just moving the fists, I guess. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I won't be playing around with positioning it for now, because I just want to do the transformation, and then the positioning and whatnot, the options will come later. At the end, I always make a little bit of a photo shoot with the different kinds of ways they can stand. So be on the lookout for that. Okay, so the feet are pretty loose, but luckily there's a screw here, so I can probably tighten it up and have him stand properly. But it looks really sturdy. I'm really liking this one. Unless it suddenly starts falling apart and pieces are starting to drop off, this is already a recommendation for me. So it looks really cool. On AliExpress, the normal price for these figures is somewhere around high 80s, 90s dollars, euros, whatever. But I was actually able to snatch it with a 20% discount. So I paid like 67 euros or something for it, which is pretty cheap for this figure, I guess. And it looks amazing. So yeah, it's not my final verdict yet, but I'm already recommending it, I guess. So am I supposed to be able to twist this around? I'll look into that later. A lot of articulation on the hands and on the arms and on the legs, so very cool. This figure is really cool. It's really amazing. So yeah, I'll probably be getting Skywarp as well. He looks really cool. I think he's a little bit more expensive than this guy was, like 5 or 10 euros more. But I might just get the Starscream from this brand as well, because it looks really cool. Like, just look at him. If that isn't cartoon accurate, I don't know what is. So yeah, very cool figure. Okay, so yeah, I'll be changing the camera angle, see if I can transform this. If not, I'll refer to the booklet, and yeah, enjoy, guys. Alright, so we're back. I'm just gonna take the guns off for now, because they're probably not gonna be supposed to be going here anyways. I'm really wondering how this transformation goes, because it's a really cool toy. So yeah, okay, here we go. Okay, so the first change I'm seeing with this guy compared to the Starscream one, his tails were tucked inside of the wings, which is a pretty cool engineering feature, because with Starscream the tails were right here on his leg, so you would always see it whenever you got him turned around. So tucking the tail inside the leg in robot mode is a really cool engineering feature. I'm amazed with this character. Okay, here we go. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff going on with this guy, like his heels here. You can just open this up and then you can extend or push in the heel a little bit more. So I guess you can use that for positioning as well. Not entirely sure if that sticks or not, but yeah, that's what I'm noticing. There's a lot of little latches and all kinds of stuff which makes you wonder, should I be able to move this? So yeah, just wanted to say that. Okay, so with the wings, there's this little hole here on the inside, and there's a little pin here, so I'm expecting that to have to go in there and click in there, but it doesn't seem to be doing that, because that would probably line up the wing a little bit better. I'm just gonna see if I can do it on this one, on this side, see if that works. If that works, I know a little bit more about applying pressure, and that actually does click in there, as you could hear, and then it does actually fit in a lot better. So I guess I'm just gonna have to force it in there. There we go. Okay. Makes you wonder how you're ever gonna be able to take it out again, but it's a tight fit. Okay. So I'm gonna have to find a way to move the arms out of the way, I guess, to have more room for this thing to flip over. Because there's no room for it now, so so the arms can actually move to the front a little bit. Okay, so on the back side you got two different parts. I thought it was one part actually, but they made it so that you can peg it in there, right here, and they are actually two separate parts. So I was looking around when how are you ever gonna get the cockpit out, but I guess this is a start. So they're basically two different parts. This one goes to the back, this one goes to the front. Okay, so there's actually a fake cockpit. You got the one in the front, which is actually filled up with another one which goes out. So it basically has two cockpits, one fake one and one real one. And this mechanism makes the head go inside the fake cockpit, I guess. Tuck it in there. And then the other one comes out on top. So you got the fake one and the real one. Okay, so his left hand is very tight, like you can hardly move it around. I think it's too tight than it's supposed to be, and that makes it so that you have a hard time twisting it around to make the fist go disappear inside this little box thing. So that is a little bit of an issue. Let me see if I can just wiggle it around and make it a little bit more flexible, but I kind of doubt it. It's very tight. Let's see if there's a different way to get it done. I'm hoping that there's not just one way to do it, because I only got a little bit of a problem. It goes in like this, but the fist, from what I experienced with the other one, is supposed to go in like this and then twist it around, and that gives you enough room to close the lid, but you would have to be able to twist it around for that. And it's really tight. So I got a little bit of movement right now, but it's not the way it's supposed to be. I just not apply force on the fingers because okay, so I got it in there, but it is troublesome. So yeah, be aware of that happening if you get this one. As for the chest part, I'm so lost with this because I have no idea where the fake cockpit is supposed to go, and I have no idea where the hands are supposed to go. The arms, I mean, and if they're supposed to be tucked inside of his body. It might just be the case. Kind of seeing an extra lid here. Does this open up or something? Yeah, it's supposed to open up. Twist around. That's probably where his arms are supposed to go inside. But I have no idea how. I don't really remember how to do this from the Starscream one, so I'm a little bit lost here. And I'm probably not even doing it in the proper order, so that makes it a little bit harder sometimes to see certain angles or movements or whatnot. But I'm probably supposed to open this latch so the arms can go in there, get in there. That's what I'm expecting, but I don't see the way how to do that. Okay, so it's not really working with the arms. I'm just gonna fiddle around with it a little bit more and see if I can get it done. But if it doesn't work, I'm just gonna get the manual because I'm a little bit lost. I have no idea what to do here. This just won't open up for the arms to just move in. And I'm expecting that's what I'm supposed to be doing. So I do have the fake cockpit here inside now, which I didn't have before. Or is it inside? I'm not even sure. It's supposed to go outside. I have no idea. But that might just be in the way of something else. I think this is just supposed to cover up the fake cockpit like this. That's what I'm expecting, but then we still have the airplane's nose to fix. Okay, so I finally got it. I was expecting it to open up for the arms to go in, but you actually had to fold it up and tuck it in. So that's a lot different than what I was expecting, and yeah, that took me a little bit longer than actually necessary. And then I'm expecting for the arm to just tug in here and magically disappear. Not sure how the arms are supposed to go, but just gonna do it like this, so it looks good on the outside. Maybe like this. All right. Alright guys, I did manage, I was able to do some things here and there, but overall it's just one big clusterfuck. So I don't know how to transform this guy. I'm gonna have to revert to the manual. There are a lot of cool engineering things about this robot, but right now it just looks like a mess. So I'm gonna probably take some steps back and see what we can do about transforming this guy. Alrighty, I just had to drink a little bit, but I'm back. Okay, so let me see what we can do about sort of resetting this guy. From what I just took a quick glance in the manual, and it seemed like you have to start with the legs. Like for example, I don't even know what they mean by these little red arrows. I mean, I do understand take off the guns, which I basically started up with, but then turn around what exactly? Because it doesn't even look that different, does it? I don't know. Twist the arms around maybe, I have no idea. Anyways, so yeah, basically going back to what we had. This one is supposed to go on, right? Holy shit. Wow, okay. So out of the box it came like this. So you got an extended leg, right? So what you basically have to do is like, I saw it moving already, but I wasn't sure like how the mechanism worked. So what you basically got to do is like push it in and then make this move like that, and then keep on pushing it in, and then you actually got the distance from the body that you need to further transform it. But okay, so I would never have put force on it like that in that direction, because it's kind of a weird mechanism. But once you see it and understand it, it makes sense. So let me just see if I can now properly combine these two things. Okay, so I don't know why I'm disregarding the manual again, but yeah, let me just see. Okay, so the arms. How are you supposed to do that? Tuck the hands in. So the next few steps are basically telling you how to extend the wings, and I think I got that. Okay, so basically the arms are supposed to go different than what I got here. So let me just take a look at that. So that's what I figured because it just didn't look right. But, so will I have to? Okay, so this is basically how the arms are supposed to go according to the manual. Tighten it up a little bit more. Do they click in some kind of way? Don't think so. Okay guys, so basically with the help of the manual I'm almost there now, but there are some things which sort of bug me, like these feet don't really, they sort of stick out. I'm thinking that they really have to get tucked in. I'm gonna sort that out. The little part here where these two things are supposed to like obscure the opening right here, they are supposed to be going underneath this lid right here to close it all up and to make it really tidy. And if that is the case, it actually does look really cool. So I'm a bit confused about hiding the fake cockpit. So there's just some things which I'm gonna have to be sorting out. Some things don't really click in that well, not as well as I would have hoped. But that might be because I'm just not doing it properly. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be leaving it at this, and I'll be playing around with it. And I've done that before, I think, with Dive Bomb. And then I'll get back to it tomorrow, and that will allow me to look it up a little bit, like what's going wrong, what's supposed to be tighter, and hopefully I can just show you guys a really tight looking F-16 Eagle, whatever, tomorrow, and then I'll transform it back to robot and have it displayed with some of the blast effects and different faces and whatnot, and some guns applied, because yeah, it's just not done right now. It's not done properly, and from what I feel now is that it's a really heavy, sturdy robot, cool mechanics, like the design guys have done a really good job, the engineering guys. It looks really cool, and it's definitely a recommendation. I'm just a bit confused about the transformation, so I'm going to be sorting that out, and then get back to you tomorrow and show you this robot in its full glory. That's it for now. Well guys, it's a little bit later than where I just left off in this video. I played around with the THUNDERCRACKER a little bit to see what was missing and what could be done the proper way. Also using the manual, but of course the manuals have weird arrow things where you don't really know if you have to move it to the front or to the side, or it's just not really clear manuals. But one thing that is cool is what I found out, which I will also be talking about in the comparison video between Starscream right there in the back and THUNDERCRACKER right here, which will be dropping after this one, is that yeah, they have a certain feature with the guns which can be done on the airplane in different types, or on the arms or Starscream. I would do it the other way around, but yeah, more about that in the other video. It's a pretty cool feature, but it's not huge. So what you're here for is the transformation of this guy, and I'll just be transforming it from airplane into robot. Let me just tuck the landing gear away and close this cap. Yeah, for review purposes of this guy, this is a highly recommended. I really like it a lot. The plastic is very good. Engineering wise, there are some little quirks here and there, like for example this middle part, which doesn't seem to want to line up properly, but I won't be using it in airplane mode anyways. It might be fixable by just like slightly bending it a little bit, but who knows. I won't be using it anyways, and this part just doesn't click on properly. But that's probably because there's a little peg, and that's probably a little bit too big for the hole it's supposed to go into. You might be able to scrape it off. And this little thing is a bit too loose. So yeah, those are basically the minuses of this robot. It's really cool. I mean, it's really amazing. It feels sturdy as hell, and yeah, the transformation is a bit complicated. So there's been a lot of engineering going into this one, and oh yeah, that's another thing. Like this thing is loosey as well. So if you have it in airplane mode, it just drops down a little bit. This is a pin, I think, so that might be only fixable by putting some clear nail polish in. That's what I've heard. I'm gonna be making a video where I try to fix the transformers I got, like loose joints and whatnot. So yeah, eventually I'll be dropping that one as well. And I might as well just take this one along with it and see if I can make it a little bit more tight. But yeah, like there's a lot of cool features about this robot. I'm going to be transforming it now, sped up of course, so you can actually see it in its full glory. And at the end I'll give you a final verdict of this one, which you basically already got, but just to be clear about it. Alright, here we go. Okay guys, as you could probably tell, I had some trouble with the wings. Folding them up and putting the little tail wing inside there, that was a little bit difficult. I didn't know how to properly do it, so I grabbed the manual along with it, just to check it out. As for continuing the comparison between these two guys, I'm surprised at Starscream. But I'm just thinking I should just get all three guys from this manufacturer, because they really did an amazing job on this guy. He can actually move his feet around, like twist his ankles. The articulation on this guy is just really amazing. You can adjust his heels. He got a knee joint which can bend pretty far. A hip joint, which can move all different directions, and then he also has a twist in his ankle, so even if it's straight like this, you can still twist it around. Oh, wait. So twist it around and put him in all kinds of different stepping positions. So that's really cool. Like, there's a lot of possibilities with this character. Let me just open this up, and yeah, you can basically make him bend all ways that is humanly possible. It's just too bad that I couldn't find a way to click these in properly, because they do tend to flutter around a little bit, which is a shame, because if that would have been possible, maybe it is actually. If this could actually click in somewhere, that would be just the finishing touch, basically. So what he's got torso swivel as well, like an ab crunch. Let me just put this up straight again, like this. So he's got a little ab crunch here, front and back, so you can make him look up as well as down, so that's pretty cool. Then yeah, of course, the little rocket launches right here, but Starscream has those as well. Only Thundercrackers look better. Everything just looks better apart from the little engine thruster things right there. So this character is just, yeah, just get it. It's amazing. So yeah, the wings are a little bit cluttery. The backside is a little bit cluttery, but at least it's a lot better than on the Starscream one. Can I just move this downwards a little bit more? So yeah, with the engineering of this guy, they pretty much basically thought of everything. And what's really amazing, and I think this robot is the first one that actually has that. By now you know how I like articulation on the robots, so you can position them and make them look really cool. This one actually got a protruding neck, so you can just make him like tuck it in or take it out. Well, this doesn't look good, of course, but you can just basically make it look good. And as for the Starscream one, but with this guy, you can make him look up, and he actually has a neck instead of like just a stick thingy. So yeah, just overall, everything is just better about this guy. Apart from some parts just being a little bit too loose, this foot is a little bit more loose than this one is, but nothing bad. And this thing is a little bit loose. The part by the tail in airplane mode, which just didn't want to fit in there. But one of the cooler things is that you can change these guns around into, like, you can flip them around and change them into rocket launchers. So that's a pretty cool feature, which Starscream did not have. Like so. I like the gun mode, but you can just do it whatever you want, and this does look good on the airplane mode, so there's that. And I'm just gonna give you guys a close-up of this, because this is pretty amazing. The hands, they have, all fingers are separate, and they can actually bend, all of them, like separately, each and every one of them, including the thumb. But also he has a wrist joint in there, so that gives a lot of options. This one does twist around a little bit tougher than the other one does. This one goes a little bit easier, but yeah, you can really make them do all kinds of things, which is pretty amazing. The only thing that doesn't work is his thumb doesn't go to the front, so that's the only thing that doesn't work. But other than that, he basically got human hands. It's crazy. Apart from widening them up, that doesn't work either. But yeah, even the wrist control part is just really cool. Yeah, so that's it for Thundercracker, guys. If you're gonna buy the Seekers, of course that is certainly a knockoff. I'm not sure about that. It could be a knockoff. It could be just a third party. I'm not entirely sure about that. Regardless of that, if you want to buy something from AliExpress, go for the Eagle EG-01 ones. They got all three of them, like Starscream, Thundercracker, and Skywarp. Get this one. That's it, guys. Thank you for watching, and see you guys for the next episode. Later.